another episode of Media Strikes Back. Joining me on the couch this evening, I have the lovely Yana and JD, lovely as always. On tonight's show, we go and visit King George, who is an amazing Melbourne-based artist. We also go and have a chat with Monster Pie. It's an independent film. We have a chat to the actors, the directors, very exciting. And we also go and have a chat with Emperor. But we also have
Don Juan on trial.
AKA La Nuit de Volonnaise in French, Kimmy. So tell me, why the speaking in French? Well, this play actually was written by a French-Belgium man called Emmanuel Schmidt.
And we probably also should say FTM, which is French Theatre Melbourne.
French Theatre Melbourne. Or Melbourne French Theatre.
Yeah, or we could throw it away any way we like.
Exactly. I like that, that's good. So you went to the Melbourne French Theatre or the French Melbourne Theatre?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in Carlton, and I don't know about you, JD, but I didn't even think that such a place existed. It really opened up my eyes to what we've got going on in Melbourne.
There's a lot of theatre out there, and who'd have thought there's a French theatre? So yeah, really good, and we got to check them out. So
ooh, well let's have a little look-see.
Welcome viewers, here I am with Michelle, okay, and we are here to talk about the up-and-coming show for the Melbourne French Theatre, which is...
In French it's pronounced La Nuit de Volonnaise.
Very well done.
Did that work? I did practice a couple of times.
You did a great job. And perhaps in English it is Don Juan on trial.
That's it.
And the lovely playwright of this is actually Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, Eric Emmanuel Schmidt. Eric Emmanuel, who's very famous. He's actually a very hot property in France. He's a novelist as well. He's written film. And this is the very first time this play has ever been done in Australia, and certainly in French, with English subtitles.
Do tell us, I guess a good starting point is this is your first show here with MFT?
Yep,
okay.
It's the first time I'm directing for the Melbourne French Theatre, and it's the first time that I've directed a play which is not in English or in Spanish.
Okay.
Because I actually don't speak a word of French,
okay.
but I know they play very well, and yeah, it's a great experience to, being able to direct in a different language that you're not very familiar with.
Hi, how you going?
I'm good, yourself?
Yeah, very well, very well. Nice to meet you.
So we're here at the rehearsal space, and tell us a bit about your character.
He's a pretty well-known character in some respects, but what we know about him gets thrown out the window as soon as we meet him in the show.
Right.
So we know the traditional Don Juan, big seducer. He's had a very vibrant career.
Yeah.
But when we meet him, he's at the end of his time being a seducer.
Right.
And he goes through a fairly traumatic process in the play.
And your role in the production is?
La Comtesse de la Roche-Piquet.
Okay, and for the viewers at home?
I'm a countess.
Oh,
I'm a wry, ironic countess. Yeah.
Okay.
Very sassy, very
sassy.
punishing the whole world because she didn't get Don Juan.
So you've had your heart broken by...
We've all had our hearts
Yes,
broken.
everybody has, and that's the connection between
You've
all
met
the
him,
ladies.
come on, he's a
heartbreaker. He's a heartbreaker. I'm sure all the girls at home are going,
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful role, great text. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So what's your favourite part about the play?
I think the build-up of the women, trying to understand what we're doing in this dilapidated chateau, and why we're putting them on trial is pretty lovely. Just the relationships between the women is wonderful.
Right. So as well as it being French in the language that's spoken on stage, you also have the English subtitles for those that come and view the show.
Exactly.
Maybe that want to learn a bit of French, why not?
Yeah.
Easy interpretation.
Very true. And what's interesting, when you see the actual play performed, it's a PowerPoint presentation. So you will follow the dialogue as it goes on.
Right.
Directly live. And what is also interesting, and I should stress this, is that the deaf can come. The deaf can come
as well. Yeah,
of course
they can.
Because they'll see a beautiful play, they can't hear, but gee, they'll be able to read and follow it.
So did you find that challenging in terms of getting to know the script in itself and I mean, I guess learning the language in a sense as you're going through the script as well.
Yeah, it is challenging. Now, obviously, I studied the script in Spanish, in English, and but it's when it comes to directing the actors, it's totally different because you have to relate to them in a different way. You have to find different ways to to get from them what you want
to get across exactly what you're asking from them.
Well, it looked like you guys had a wonderful time, and you went to the rehearsal, got to chat to the director, the actors.
Yeah, it was great.
Loads of fun.
Yeah. And Jana was practicing her French all night. If I had done it, I just would have sounded like Sebastian.
Look, I did learn the most important phrase, which is "Je t'aime," means I love you. It's a very handy one to know.
So JD, since you're the theatre expert and the professional, tell me, what was it like to What was it like to be on a different set, especially with the French language?
In a different language, yeah. It was great. I like a lot of, your different language sort of films. So to see a theatre company doing exactly the same thing is quite exciting, and I'm looking forward to going to a few more of their shows because they do have the surtitles or subtitles, as we probably know them more as.
That is very exciting.
Yeah, so it'd be exciting to go and watch.
And what's your favourite foreign film? Do you have one?
I do. It's called Pan's Labyrinth. Yeah. So it's a little bit art house, but yeah. How does it go again?
Notes.
Je t'aime.
Well, she had to think about that.
You just wanted to hear it again.
I did. I'm
JD.
writing that
He's going to learn that one. Watch out, ladies of Melbourne. Anyway, we'll go to a break and we'll see you through. Welcome back. For those of you who have just joined us, I'm joined with Lee and Steph. Welcome again.
The dream team's back.
Yeah, the dream team. I like that.
Together always.
Yes.
Aw, you guys, making my heart warm and fuzzy. There's that word again.
King George, an amazing guy and an amazing talent. His personality itself was something just to experience. He was so laid back and chill, and he was just such an aura to be around. He was incredible. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It sounds lovely.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a very, very talented guy, and his band's come from a long way. So you'll be really interested to see where he's come from and what he's up to now.
Well, being the music professional you are, you've got me excited. So let's have a look at King George.
Myself and Leah here at the Jampton Rehearsal Studios with the lovely George from the band King George. George, thanks for coming on the show today.
No worries.
Now, George, welcome. Now, tell us.
Calling me lovely.
Oh, that's okay.
Is it not true?
I know.
Is that how we should describe you?
Lovely, yeah.
Okay. So, George, you are the main member of the band King George.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Obviously,
I'm the king.
You are the king. So, tell us a little bit about your band, King George.
King George is a project that's been going on for many years, but basically it revolves around me. And,
yes.
And I'm the most important part of the whole thing. No, I'm trying to be self-sensitive. Basically was born out of probably about 5 years ago, and myself and the drummer Michael put the early touches to the project, and we thought we'd just get together and play, and just play for the fun of playing music, and we had a title just as a working title called King George, and we just sort of kicked on from there, and an album came out of it in 2010.
So with your live shows, you guys have obviously been to a lot of places, especially New York. Tell us a little bit about that experience for you.
We were lucky enough to get a show in New York early last year.
Yep.
A showcase in a really small venue, but it was a really good opportunity for us, and I really loved it. But more importantly, it was an opportunity to visit a city like New York, and actually do some writing. I wrote a lot of songs over there, and which has kind of taken me to the next stage of the project. So.
So what's happening next? What's the next stage? What are you working on at the moment?
Well, I've just putting the final touches to a new single that's called Why Am I Here? It's currently being mastered as we speak over at Abbey Road.
Confidential business.
Confidential. That's going to come out in October, and that's a song that I wrote pretty much 95% of it in New York. I remember it on a Tuesday afternoon. There was snow. It was a miserable day, and it was just one of those things. The song's not kind of the happiest tune,
right?
But it's one that really captured the feeling of the moment. So I'm really excited by the new song.
And how would you say your writing styles changed between your first album and what you're doing now?
I think it's probably gone a bit more, I wouldn't say, probably a bit more poppier, but also a bit darker as well. I think it
progresses and develops.
The first album's got a lot more probably songs that are a bit more punk rock driven in some areas. This time around, for some reason, it's a bit more sort of chord based tunes that have come out of it with a lot more emotion. I don't know, it just comes out, so I can't control what comes out of this thing in here, so we'll see how it goes.
Well, that's some of the best stuff is made.
Yeah,
exactly.
And the worst.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Like an amazing man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I got a chance to actually perform with him once. So
did you?
Yeah, I did. He was Fantastic.
Oh.
Play guitar for me.
So when
sang
was that?
a little bit with me. That was in February. I did a festival. So
Oh, fantastic.
yeah, I had most of King George's band, so they were all playing with me, and yeah, it was good fun.
Wow,
Yeah.
Zowie. That's very exciting.
She's a
Yeah.
woman of many talents.
I
Esther.
know, I want to see it. Did you film it?
Yes, I've got it on film. It's on YouTube. So yeah,
Well, maybe if you guys want to see it, you should jump online and let us know, and then we can share the link.
absolutely.
Yay! We're going to go to a break, and we'll see you shortly. Welcome back. Joining me on the couch, I have the lovely Tristan.
Hey Kim, how you going?
I'm good. I get really excited when you sit on the couch.
Whoa.
That's so weird.
Well, we have something special today.
Something special.
That's right, JD. I'm
We
going to tell
have
you
something
something.
special every day.
I do have something special. Every time I'm on here, I have something very special.
Okay, tell
JD
me.
went to a Melbourne upcoming indie trailer release.
That's a mouthful there, isn't
That's
it?
that's a lot of words. That's a lot of words. But it's okay because it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. Well, to be honest, I came down because you know the title of the movie?
I do. It's very exciting.
Okay, it's called Monsters Pie. I can't even say it. Monster Pie.
That's a great name.
Well, I thought it's all about food, that's why.
Ah, that's the only reason Tristan wants to talk about
Well, it's an
it.
Aussie film about monster pie, and I know you guys love meat pies, right?
Love meat pies. Mm-hmm.
That's right. But you know what? Let's talk a little bit more about it
So
afterwards.
it's not about a pie, is what you're telling me.
Oh,
No.
I can't tell you right now.
All right, no more talking. Let's do a bit of watching.
Everyone else has a partner, so do you want to work together?
Yeah, guess so. At my old school, I did media, short films and stuff.
Our main characters are Frankenstein, born as a monster, and the Wolfman, trying to overcome his new changes as he enters into the world of the
I
monsters.
said the loving that I'm giving, I said the loving that I gave. Said it cost too much to damage it, it hurt too much to save. So I closed the light on you and I was staring at the phone, hoping that you felt as desperately to call my home. Well, Pa's kicked his shoes off and Mama's by his bed. She's singing with her eyes closed quietly inside her head. Why don't I remember how I got here?
I'm just bad luck.
1, 2, 3, 4. You found me and I found. You found me and I found. You found me and I found you.
Tell us about monster pies, please, Lee.
What do you want to know?
I want to know everything because from looking at the articles, your name is everywhere. So
Yeah.
tell us why your name's everywhere.
Because I wrote, produced, directed,
Right.
edited, and
So you-
funded.
From the
film.
ground up, you did this feature film, is that right?
Yes. Wrote the story when I was 15, hid it away, and then years and years and years later, just decided to make it and adapt it into a script.
Right.
And yeah, casted some great actors and went ahead and shot it for 2 months at the end of 2011.
2011, so it's
Yeah.
taken that long now. So we're like nearly towards the end of 2012,
Yeah.
and you're at the ends of the roads.
Yeah,
Yeah?
we started shooting Halloween last year. So
Wow, so pretty much a year ago today, you were just starting to film.
Yep.
Lucas, tell us about your experience because this is your first feature, is that right?
It is, yeah. I sort of started doing like short films and theatre stuff a couple of years ago, and then Lee got in contact with me via Sydonia.
Okay, right.
On the internet, and sort of said I got this feature. I'm looking for a lead actor because one of them, the original ones, dropped out.
Okay.
And so I came to his house, met with him, sort of talked through the script, and had a screen test a couple of weeks later.
Right.
And got the gig. So
Excellent.
Yeah.
I pretty much hired him, like in my head was like, this is the guy, but everyone was like,
He had the look.
he had the look, but we everyone's like, no, Lee, you need to screen. You don't even know if you can act, and so we tested him, and he just blew us all away. So it was good.
Fantastic. This has kind of been a challenging role as well for you because you
is.
don't have a female co-host, do you?
A co-star? No, I don't. I have two male co-stars in this.
Okay.
It's a story about two young schoolboys who sort of discover feelings for each other over the course of doing a school project.
Horror movie.
Horror movie, right?
Horror movie.
English.
And horror for some. But no, it was challenging. It was sort of from my first sort of real acting gig to be doing something like that was great to sort of it was a learning experience like all around. It's still learning now even in post. Like I'm working with Lee and it's been great.
We did some re-recording ADR kind of stuff the other week.
Right.
Yeah. It's all good stuff.
So you've really been thrust into the deep ends of it, haven't you?
Yeah.
And then Lucas ended up becoming one of the executive producers with me. So he started helping with funds. So it was kind of stepped up and helped us out. So.
So probably the last question that we'd like to ask today is, and this one's for both of you, is what's next? Like where's the road ahead leading?
Oh wow. Well, I've started working on another script.
Okay.
I've got another story, and hoping Lucas would come back, and we have a small part for. Well, we have a lead part for him, as long as he doesn't take off to another country, you know. But we're just kind of before Monster Pies comes out and goes all crazy. I just wanted to get a movie kind of written and
something else ready and on the way.
Yeah. So and looking forward to that because it's kind of it's a bit more. It's very different to my other last two features. So it's kind of. It makes it more interesting if I'm a bit more challenged and stuff, and so that's
How good was that? That was amazing.
It's so great to see people going out there and making their own things and really getting involved.
Yeah, I love how Melbourne, you can actually create and make anything here. I mean, these guys went out, made a feature film, and now it's going to be shown. So people bring in the stories, especially Melbourne stories, to do the silver screen.
I'm such a sucker for a good story. Like, I just get so into it. For example, I was watching Magic Mike. Not sure if you've seen it.
I haven't seen it yet.
Not this again.
Without putting too much in there, basically like there's this romance thing and I get really involved at the end and she basically like invites him to stay the night. Like, and I go, oh girl, like this in the cinema.
This actually story in Magic Mike?
Yeah, this is the story of your life.
Well, I'm surprised.
Yeah, Magic Mike was just, I'm just going to say...
The girl enjoyed it.
Make sure you catch it before it closes,
That's all I'm hearing everywhere. Magic Mike, 50 Shades of Blue.
Blue.
See, I don't read it.
Tristan's
I know it's great.
Tristan's like, I really need to go and see Katy Perry.
I really need to get her there. Yes, he did. He said.
Oh, don't diss Katy Perry.
She's actually amazing.
Speaking of music.
musicians.
That's
Yes.
segue, guys.
Yeah, I went and caught up with a band called Emperor.
We had King George, now we've got Emperor.
That's right.
It is, yeah.
How did you tour go?
Yeah, really good, man. We played 24 shows across the country.
Yeah.
We blew a tire. We stayed at a haunted hotel, jumped out of a plane, we skydived. We did a skydiving show.
Where did you do that?
Queensland. Yeah, about 2 hours out of Brisbane.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
So you like a real rock and roll sort of tour?
Kind of. I like to think so.
There's too many Matts in the band, in my opinion, so do you have nicknames?
Yep, I'm Kadana. That's my last name.
Yeah. I'm Galty, also based on the last name.
It's really original.
Yeah.
No, well, mine's got a Y added to my last name, so it's not just my last name. I'll call him Kat, I guess.
You can't put a Y on the end of my name, it sounds silly.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys have had a few changes in your lineup. How long has this group been together, this particular group?
About this particular lineup, me and the three Matts, about 2 years.
Yeah.
But we've gone through like 7 band members.
It's been a big, long kind of, revolving doors of musicians and trying to get this thing happening for probably about 4.5, now 5 years.
And so you're back here at the SB after going on a bit of a tour all around. Have you got all your family and friends coming down tonight, or your mum coming?
Yeah, we've got a few.
It's a bit cold for Mum. She's a bit sick, but mostly more just dedicated fans because it's cold and it's late, and but yeah, we're gonna have quite a few people.
We hired a bus for all the regional fans tonight. There's a bus coming they pick them up from Melton, Sunbury. Yeah, Melton and Sunbury. So
It's been driving a long way.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Danny, you're Singaporean, living in Melbourne. How does it feel to be banned from your own country?
Feels great.
Yeah?
Great.
You guys are pretty hardcore, right? What did you do?
I didn't do much, man. I went on stage in front of like 5,000 people. It was supposed to start our set, right? Yeah. And then the promoter said, better not use any vulgarities, man. And I was like, chill out, man.
That was the thing that egged you on to do it?
Yeah, so I just thought it was a fun punk rock thing to do. So I went on stage and I just shouted all the vulgarities I knew in 4 different languages. Yeah. And everybody thought it was a funny thing, and the crowd really enjoyed it. But halfway through the set, the police came, and they shut the power to the festival, and we got arrested.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I got into a lot of trouble, man. My dad was really pissed off with me, man. Yeah.
I'm sure he was. Was he at the show?
He was at the show. Yeah. I was more scared of my dad than the police.
Yeah, I know. It's an Indian thing. I understand that, right?
How fascinating.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Joe, you were awesome at the interview.
Oh, thanks, Tristan.
Yeah.
And what about after the
So
interview?
good.
Oh yeah, so after the interview I actually stuck around because I was so immersed in the rock. And yeah, I was like right at the front for their gig.
And how was their gig?
Yeah, they were awesome guys and real go-getters as well, because we heard on the grapevine that to get themselves in as supporting acts for the band Weezer,
That's right.
they baked a blue cake with their faces and sent it to the
that's
manager.
dedication. That's so awesome. It's like marketing with meals.
Absolutely.
Tristan's kind of marketing. So if you have
That is.
anything you want to market, send in some food.
Send me cake.
Not activity food,
You don't-
remember?
Yeah, don't send me activities. Send me cakes, nut cookies, brownies.
You can even put your
Brownies are
face
good.
on them.
Yeah, like how cool is it when you're little how you can get those awesome like cakes that are a sculpture or something?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
I've
had
got a
the
friend
best.
who bakes the most amazing cakes, and she does that.
And I'd normally eat the head, then the limbs, and save the body for last because it's always the best bit.
I think that cake baking is a unappreciated art form. I think we need to get some of that on the show.
Oh yeah.
Cake artists.
Cake artists, yes, cake artists, or a bakery, or whatever you are, jump online and let us know through our website. And I'm sure we'll definitely come and visit you.
Feed us.
That's what he says. All right, well, that's it for the show tonight. We will see you next week.
Bye.